Hello, good morning. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank
So,
you.
first, I want you to introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are.
Okay, I'm Laura Douglas. I am 55 years old. I just turned 55 this year, and I am single. I have two kids. They're 33 and 34, and I have four grandkids between the ages of 10 and 1. So I don't get to see them very often. They're away. So I live in North Texas, in the Fort Worth area. And they live in Nebraska. So, but this is where my home is. I work in the gas and oil industry, so I travel a lot. Actually, I have a little travel trailer and I live in it. I go from job site to job site, and I have been in a little town called Snyder, Texas, for a year. So December 1st, I'll have been parked for a year, it's fine. But so yeah, I travel a lot. This actually where I am right now has been the longest that I've stayed at places. Some places I've stayed for 6 months. Sometimes places I've stayed for a month. I've been all over Louisiana, Texas, Nebraska, Colorado. I've just been all over the place.
That's so awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting, that's for sure.
So, how did you find the FLA movement and how did you find me?
So that's kind of a fun story. When I used to live in Colorado, so I'm not a Texas native, I'm a Colorado native. But probably about 8 years ago, I found CrossFit, and so I did CrossFit, and then I had to for work, I had to get on the road and start traveling, and so that brought me to where I'm at right now in Weatherford, Texas. And I joined a CrossFit gym here. And one of the gals that I worked out with frequently, her name was Brittany. We worked out together, and she was new. I was probably about 3 years into CrossFit, and she was brand new to CrossFit. So we hung out together and, worked out together and stuff like that. And I'm a helper kind of person. So I'm like, okay, well, she's like, I'm struggling with this. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me help you. Let me show you. Da, 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 da. And so we developed a friendship that way. And then because of my traveling and getting on the road and stuff, I had to leave that gym and, get on the road and travel and work out at other CrossFit gyms and stuff. And so I hadn't really connected with her. I hadn't really seen her. But she posted some before and after kind of pictures, and I don't even want to say after pictures, like before and progress pictures, because and as I grown, I've seen that daily our life is a progress. It's not we just start something and we finish it. We progress through things. And so I'm like, whoa, she had dramatic changes. And even from when I remembered and the pictures that she showed, I'm like, hey, girlfriend, what are you doing? And she's like, no, I hired a personal coach or a nutrition coach, personal nutrition coach. And I was like, really? So we got to chit-chatting about that. And then that's how she directed me to you.
Yeah, and this is Coach Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
She actually works for the company, and yeah, that's so exciting that Coach Brittany brought you into the company. So what made you think FLA movement would be different than all the other diet plans you had tried in the past to lose weight and change your life?
Two things that really, we talked a lot, you and I talked a lot, but there's two things that stuck out in my mind the most. Is number one, you said this is going to be the last diet you're ever going to need. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of trying all different kinds of things. I mean, trust me, I've tried it all. One of the questions that you asked me at the time was, do you think you can outwork a diet? Meaning, can you work out enough to overcompensate what you eat? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, and I answered honestly, yeah, because I have worked, and I've been a gym rat. I've been in the gym 4, 5, 6 hours a day. I've done CrossFit competitions. I've done it all. I've done keto. I've done macros. I've done HCG, I've done so much stuff, and I'm like, I finally got to the point where I'm sick of it. Why can't I just do one thing and get it over with? And then that comes to another topic of, well, I'm 55. I had been told so many times, read articles, talked to people, hey, once menopause hits, it's over. There's no more losing weight. You might as well forget about it. You might as well just be happy in the body that you got, because it's not going to change. So deep in my heart, I knew that wasn't right. But on the surface, you listen to what people say. And so that was one of the things that you had said is, this is going to be the last diet. This is going to be the last thing that you're ever going to need. And then I explained to you my work situation where I'm traveling all the time. Well, my thing is every time I'd go to a new place like Louisiana, or I'd go to, South Texas, or I'd go back to home in Colorado, I was just like, woo, we're on vacation, let's go. And I'd eat all the local food and drink all the local drinks and do all the local things. And I'm like, you know what? I can't lose weight while I'm on the road. I just can't do it. I have to be at home, because it was proven, because I could spend 6 or 7 hours at the gym, or 4 or 5 or 1 or whatever, that as long as I was at home and I was working out, I could lose weight. But when I got on the road and was working, I couldn't lose weight. What's the deal? And so you had said that you have a client that has got exactly the same lifestyle that I do, and he has had success. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So those are the two things that stuck out the most.
That makes so much sense. And I think a lot of people will really relate to that. Because I talk to people all the time that travel, and they think they can't do it because they travel. And then I think so many people that I talk to have the mindset of, well, I'm older and this is just the way my body is now, whether it's men or women, but they're like, menopause is hit, so I can't, or I'm in my 60s and I can't change, or I'm in my late 50s and I'm a guy and I can't change. And I've just always been trying, and I just can't change. So I love that. So how has it inspired you to be around like-minded people to move forward in your own journey?
Well, everybody in the tribe knows that I'm pretty emotional. So this is kind of an emotional question for me, because, society, and I think even the cliques around us, or what we have, is so judgmental. A tribe member had put on Facebook the other day, hey, you're eating tacos. Aren't you ruining your diet by doing that? Hey, you're doing this. Aren't you ruining your diet? And people are so quick to judge. People are so quick to almost attack you for doing something or not doing something. And so the cool thing about being around like-minded people is there's none of that. We understand. We are going to gather around. We're going to rally around you and pick you up, cheer with you, whatever. And that's such a great place to be, surrounded by people who think the same way that you do, because society doesn't, the real world doesn't do that.
Yeah, it's priceless.
It is priceless.
It's a very odd place to be, and until you experience it, it's hard to understand. So how have the tools the FLA movement has given you allowed you to live more freely around food?
Well, it's kind of like even a post that I put today. We have everybody. I don't care if you're in a diet phase, you're in a deficit phase, you're in a maintenance phase, or I'm a hanging out phase. We all have good days and we have bad days. We have days where we're making all the right choices, we're drinking all the water, we're getting all of our steps in and everything. And then we're having days that we're like, it just didn't work. Today just was not a day that worked. So two things: having like-minded people around you, kind of picks you up, so you can go, okay, yeah, I had a bad day. And remind you, guess what? You have the tools in your tool belt to start over, to start fresh. Today's a new day, and I know exactly what to do. Instead of spending 4 months learning something, or you can just pick right up, whether it's the next day or it's the next hour or whatever it is that those tools that are in the tool belt, you can just like grab it. Okay, today I'm going to get back on track by tracking my macros. Oh, nope, today I'm going to get on track by making sure I get in a gallon of water. Or, so the mindset around that kind of stuff, like I have the tools instead of I'm a failure because today wasn't a good day. That's key to be able to just have your mind click and say, I know what to do, instead of falling apart, having a slip turn into a fall. That's something that I saw that really resonated with me. Just because you slip doesn't mean you have to fall down. And you grab your tools, you grab your coach, you grab your tribe members, you grab somebody or something, and you're like, today's the day I'm going to pick myself back up.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you said it might be a day, but it might be just an hour.
Mhm.
And it truly does give you the freedom, because you don't have to go look for anything ever again. You already have it, and it gives you freedom. So is there anything else that you feel like you need to share with the world about joining FLA movement?
Well, FLA is not just about food, and FLA is not just about a diet. FLA is about the things in your mind. It's about mindset. So so when I say that, it's about the things that click in your mind to help you go after being the best version of yourself. So if you need a tool that helps you get back on track as far as your eating habits or whatever, or you need a tool that helps pick up your spirit, helps motivate you, helps you swim, to keep swimming to your islands, that's what FLA is about. It's not just about dieting, and it's not just about exercising, and it's not just about water. It's about the mindset that you get, so that this can be the last thing that you ever use as far as a dieting thing, so that you've always got that mindset. Hey, today's going to be a great day, and I'm going to make everything go my way because of this, and this. And when you have that mindset, it's easy to grab down and grab those tools that you have in your tool belt. And another thing about FLA is the relationships that you create. It's not just about one-on-one with your coach, which is where it begins, but it keeps on going. The journey does not end. It keeps on going. Once you're in the tribe, you're always in the tribe. And the relationships that you develop along the way, whether it's going to the excursion that we have every 6 months, that is mind-blowing, or it's in a builder's call where we can actually talk to each other and see each other once a week, or Marco Polo where we can talk to different people. It's all those kind of tools too that help us connect and have those relationships that help keep us on track, that help keep us pursuing our goals, would help keep us swimming during the hard times of our ocean swims. So FLA is just way, way, way more than just food dieting type stuff.
I'm so glad that you see that. And even if you wanted to leave the tribe, we wouldn't let you. We would come find you, tackle you, and bring you back, because we all love you so much. Yeah. You mean so much to us, and I appreciate your time so much. Thank you for joining me. And you guys, her journey is not over yet. Make sure you watch this woman.
Thanks,
Thank
Steph.
you.